Facebook and other social media sites have become a popular way of communicating for a lot of people, including senior citizens. Staying in touch with family members and friends is sometimes hard to do, but social media sites can provide a new, reliable, and fast way of communicating. Here to give us some more information on the basics is Jay Massey, founder of Coco Design. Hi Jay, thanks for coming out today.
Hi Lauren, thanks for having me.
What incentive is there for senior citizens to use social media as opposed to traditional communication means?
Well, the nice thing about social media, well, first of all, it is free. But with access to the internet, families that have been displaced, they move away, or grandchildren might be in a different location than the grandparents, it gives seniors a way of staying connected with family.
Do you have some statistics you could share on seniors and the use of social media sites?
We've actually done some statistics because we as a company have worked with some senior centers, some independent living centers, and the use of social media by seniors is up in the last 5 years about 50%. And of the seniors that are online, about half of them have been to YouTube or Facebook. So a lot of seniors are already online. They've either visited it or are using it. It's just that people still think of it as a young place.
So which of the social media sites do you feel is the most user-friendly for our viewers?
I think in this case, I would recommend Facebook. YouTube is wonderful for video only, but you can also upload videos, pictures, and chat with friends and family on Facebook.
Great. So what types of features do most social media sites include, and what do they enable you to do?
Well, what you find with social media, it goes across the gamut. There's actually hundreds of different venues out there, and what's most helpful is finding something that's very good for your needs. If you're a photographer, again, if you're just trying to set up galleries for sharing family photos or things like that, if you're trying to communicate, to do a call, international calls, even with something like Skype, is free. Again, using the internet. I was speaking with someone just last night who has family in Korea. Her 87-year-old mother hasn't seen her for decades because neither of them are traveling back and forth. And so family members here and family members there set up a little video conference using Skype, and so they now see each other and speak to each other using their computers once or twice a week.
Great. So on Facebook, what does it mean to like someone versus be a fan of someone?
That's a little confusing for people, so I'm glad you asked. Let me break this down first. What ends up happening on Facebook is when you set up a Facebook account, it's called your profile. That's your personal profile. When a business or an entity other than a person sets up an account, that is a business page or a fan page. And so for people, you will become friends. Okay, so we could friend each other on Facebook, but if you wanted to become a fan or like my business, that's where liking comes in. And so it used to be called fan, and they've recently, Facebook changed the term to like. But when you're talking from the personal realm with your friends and family, it's friending.
Okay. So do you need a certain computer to upload pictures on Facebook or any other social media sites?
It's less about the computer and more about the internet connection. As long as you have a decent connection, or nowadays many people have high-speed connections. I was talking about that independent living facility earlier. In that particular independent living facility, 70% of the seniors that were living there, and they were in their 80s, many of them were in their 80s, 70% of them had high-speed internet connection. So they're already connected. So it's a little less about the computer and more about the connection. And the other thing that a lot of people aren't thinking about these days, particularly the seniors, the new cell phones, the smartphones are a way to connect. You can connect with Facebook without even using your computer with an iPhone or another type of smartphone.
Great. So is it safe to post pictures of your grandchildren and your family on social media sites?
You bring up a good point that deals with privacy. And the issue with privacy on Facebook is if you're an adult, if you're over 18, when you sign up for Facebook, it typically opens up your privacy settings so that a lot of people can see it. If you're a minor, they tend to be a lot more tight. Over the last year, Facebook has gotten a little better at making privacy management easier, but what I would do if I set up a new account is you make sure you immediately go into your privacy settings, and you can do that by going into your account settings and monitor your privacy. You might ask a friend who's already has some experience with Facebook how they have their privacy settings set. But as long as those pictures of, let's say, your grandchildren or children are only available to friends or friends of friends, you can limit it, or you can also say they're available to everyone. But in this case, I would limit it to friends or friends of friends.
Okay. So what are some things that should never be included on your profile?
I would be very closed about very private information. Think of this as a cocktail party. What would you tell somebody in a cocktail party? You know, you're not going to tell them your credit card number. You may not even want to share your phone number. You know, if you have a phone number that may be unlisted in the telephone book, but then you put it on Facebook, it's no longer unlisted. So your information, again, is just what do you want to keep close to you. And again, based on your privacy settings, it's what they can see.
So again, remind us, do social media sites cost any money to join?
They are free, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's very easy to get into. You just fill in a couple blanks, put in your name, address, name, phone number. No, scratch all that. You put in your name and email address, and you can have a Facebook account. It's very quick. But with that is you can immediately, like I said, expose yourself. So you want to just make sure your privacy is tightened down right after you get on there. But no, and there's just a lot of people. There's a lot of help out there. Facebook and other social media have usually a help button in the upper right-hand corner of the browser. Very verbose help section, and so I would highly utilize that.
Okay. So you think that's the best way for our viewers to learn more about social media sites or Facebook?
If you go to just facebook.com and click on their help section and ask your friends. I'm telling you, half of the seniors out there are already on Facebook.
So if, say, I have family that's not on Facebook and I'd like them to be on Facebook, what do you recommend the best thing is to help them kind of urge towards it?
If you're on Facebook, what you can do is you can send a request, a friend request, to this member who's not on Facebook yet. And if you are trying to get grandma online, what you may want to do is send photos. If she knows that the pictures are there or the video is there of the grandchildren, she will, of course, want to see them.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Jay. Appreciate it.
Thank you much.